What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Metal Maniacs Podcast. I'm Jay Ingersoll, and today I have a band on that I've known for fucking a long time now. Guys that have been trudging through the mud to try to make things work, and they kept at it, and my total kudos and respect for that, and we'll get into all of that. But before we get started, shout out to our sponsor, Dave Stark at Stark Real Estate. They do real estate right. Shout out to him. Thanks for making the show possible. Appreciate that. And, yeah, let's get into this. Please welcome to the show, Withhold The Blood.
Hey.
Hey.
What's up, fellas?
What's going on, buddy?
Good today?
Yeah, absolutely. You too?
Oh, yeah. I'm great today.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so let's get into this, man. You guys are returning again.
17th time, it feels like. See how this one goes?
The return of the return.
Yep.
I get it.
Return of the King.
But I really want to, since this is obviously first time on the show, first time hanging out, I always like to get like the total back history. We'll go through some of the old releases, and then we'll get to the shit we need to talk about today, right? Like what's going on. Yeah. New member, another new drummer.
Another one. Again. Yeah.
Always the fucking reason why, so no pressure.
No worries.
So, just tell me about the inception of the band, because you guys been at this fucking shit since 2012, 2010?
2010, technically.
So he's technically the only original member.
Yeah.
Him and Tyler.
Yeah, me and Tyler, we started 2010, and then, it's just been like a revolving door of people coming in and leaving. And he was the next guy that came in. We sent him an email at one point after we saw like Bury the Silence.
Heavyweights, Bury the Silence.
Yep.
He's like, dude, you love this band. Come hang out. And then we got drunk on $3 Long Island iced teas. Watched Bury the Silence slay. And then I was in the band the next day. It was super weird because I'd never done anything like that before. But
were you ever into doing vocals before this
I was
band,
just that kid that was in the car like screaming the Lamb of God on like Stony cruises. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
People were like, dude, you're pretty good at this. And I was like, yeah, whatever. But never had any like musical teaching or any kind of other band experience before this.
That's dope. So this has been your only kind of project though too then, right?
Yes, sir. Yep.
Besides the few little Kill Tomorrow appearances that you do on
Yeah.
I dabble here and there a bit, but this has been the main thing through and through. So
hell yeah. So 2010, you and Tyler started it, got him in the band. Then what after that?
Jeez, when we play?
Our first shows were out in Lansing at the Black and Moon Concert Hall.
Okay.
Shout out Bon Josso.
Yeah.
He hooked us up when we were nobody. Our first bigger show was with a band called As They Sleep.
Okay. Remember
from the
those
Detroit
guys?
area. Yeah,
Yep.
they were fucking sick. And then we finally got our shot in Muskegon with, bands like you guys, Infinite Design, Bury the Silence, Kill Tomorrow, Severed Process. Like, you already laid the path for us. If He Dies, He Dies, it kind of already went on their hiatus. So, like, we had heard all about them, but hadn't really, like, known about them, So you guys were really the ones that, like, we were like, we got to fucking get on their path and get in with their, what they're doing and how to do it and do it the right way. And that's what we tried, man. Just not fucking step on any toes.
Right.
And just not act like anybody owed us shit.
Sure.
And to show up and do what we're supposed to do,
Absolutely. And I remember back in those days, and it was weird because now that I've grown and matured a lot, like for me, especially with this podcast, like I'm all about, like, my thing now is just like try to leave the scene a better place than what I joined it. Right.
Right.
But when you're kind of young, you kind of got those egos. Oh, we're the shit. You think you're entitled to stuff. And I think we've all fell into that trap. Oh, I'm better than them. But like, I realize after you get older and shit, it's not a competition. There's enough for everybody. You know what I mean? It's like, why not like be bros with people instead of like finding, for me, it's like, why find shit that's wrong with stuff? Why not pulling out the stuff that you like about things? Right. So like
build it up. Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
So for me, this is kind of trying to pay back the scene and at least give a small platform or at least some kind of platform for bands and shit, especially in our scene, to build it up. Right. So, but back then you guys, kind of came on the scene. Who was your first drummer?
Brett Barrett.
Oh, Brett Barrett. Okay. And then, so that was the first, he was on the Detached From Reality in 2014.
I think that was Adam.
Yeah, that was Adam.
We never really had a chance to record with Brett. He moved on to Bury the Silence.
Brett. Okay.
Once Nathan left.
Okay.
So after Brett, we got Adam, right? I mean, we had a couple in between, but Adam was like the main one.
Yeah,
He was the
definitely
one on Detached.
Yep.
We had a homie named Alex that drummed there for a little bit, and another brother named Kyle. Shout out to those dudes. But Adam was the one on the Detached album.
Okay. I forgot Brett was kind of, because he was kind of just starting to play drums.
He's
And I
phenomenal.
remember when he got into Bury the Silence, he like took leaps and bounds at
Yeah.
that point. Like he really
That dude
committed to
like
his
is the
instrument.
bar. Like you say set the bar, Brett is the bar.
Yeah.
Like,
It was
if
fucking
you're on
nuts.
his pace, you're doing something right for
Yeah.
sure. Like,
Especially his new shit. You heard his like new band
Oh, yeah.
or whatever.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
fucking awesome. man.
Yeah.
I can't, for some reason, I can't remember what they're called off that. But
he's never satisfied with what he does, and you can just tell with everything. It's
Yeah.
just better and better every time he hits the drums.
but yeah, I forgot Brett was kind of you guys started. But then it was, you said it was Adam.
Adam Maxwell,
Yeah,
he
yeah,
was on
Adam
the
Maxwell.
Detached album.
So I remember that because that's when you guys were just starting to kind of play more shows and hang out.
Yeah,
and
because
stuff.
that album came out of winning heavyweights that year.
Yep.
So we got the time with Darkwave and Ryan May, and that's when we recorded that album.
Okay. That was 2014. So you
Yeah.
guys were at it about 4 years before you got something out.
Yep.
About-ish.
Yep.
So going through this a little bit, man, there's some long songs on this bitch. Like
Oh, yeah.
6 minute. You guys keep some long songs.
Writes like some tunes, man. It's like, dude, you know I got to write lyrics to this shit.
Yeah.
It's like 25 minutes long, bro. What the fuck?
Do you know how
Constantly
many?
bitching at me.
Do you know how many
I'm like
freaking?
6 minutes, 5 minutes. I'm like, these motherfuckers got some long songs. Just listening to all this stuff, but there's a lot of riffs in there, and it's kind of like, the song's done when the song's done, I guess. But especially when you're first starting, right? Like you don't really understand how to trim the fat or look at the pieces that you need to take out. You're just kind of like, I'm trying to get it all out there, all my ideas. We'll just throw it all in one song, and then we'll see what happens next.
Exactly.
But yeah, I mean, as far as just like starting off, you could definitely hear the Randy Blythe influence in there, even the Lamb of God style riffing almost
yeah.
on this one.
Oh, yeah.
But I really love the riffs on this one, man. Great melody, good chord changes. I've always thought you were an incredible guitar player too. So like,
Thanks, man.
I mean, just listening to this, I'm just like, man, it's kind of cool to go back and then just remember you guys playing some of these songs and shit, jamming with you guys and
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
Good old days.
Yeah, absolutely. But and then, so when you watch a band live and maybe you don't spin their CD a whole bunch, there's just so much music to consume. So that's another reason why I love doing this pod, because then I'll just like consume you guys' music, and it's like kudos to you guys on the songwriting too, like bringing parts back, repeating parts, having choruses. It's like sometimes that art gets lost a little bit in metal, and sometimes that's where shit escapes me because I need a little something to grab on.
Yeah, for sure.
Right? Like
Right.
I need like, even you can go off on a prog 3-minute thing, but bring back like a part
Yeah.
that was important earlier. That's the
Yeah,
kind of shit I
yeah.
like, right? Like that's important to me.
See, I've never been able to like write a song before the music. Like I've always had to have the music first, and then have the lyrics fit the music.
And that makes sense.
And so if I can find a spot that's a course, where it can repeat like that and like draw a main point to it, I'll run with it. Because like you said, these are 6-minute songs. I ain't got that much shit to talk about.
Right,
dude.
sure.
So, like,
Yeah, exactly.
if I can
Yeah.
kind of find a spot where I can double back on, but it makes sense, then I'm going to do it. you
Yeah,
know?
absolutely.
And that's kind of always worked for us.
Yeah.
so.
But I appreciate that because you guys kept that theme throughout too. You've dabbled in a little, we'll get into a little more of it, but you get into your solos and some of the sections that will go off into either grooves or breakdowns or some of the middle parts, but you always bring something back for me. So it's like, that's the kind of shit that sticks in my head later. I just think that's important in music.
Oh,
Some
yeah.
stickability, right?
Yeah. Definitely.
Write it for yourself, but also it's like, there are bands that can do it. Dillinger, Between the Buried and Me,
Oh, yeah.
shit like that. That
Yeah.
can just write shit, and you're just like, each riff is interesting, but after 45 minutes, you put it down and you're like, I don't even really know what just happened.
Yeah.
I got to listen to that album like 50 times in order to catch something new
every
every
single
single
time.
time.
Yeah.
For me, it's like, I like putting it down and being like, okay, yeah, something caught me, or, something that's familiar, so I think that's important, writing good songs too, so.
And Brandon is a heck of a songwriter, dude. Like he goes off on some of the, especially these new songs that we've been working on. I think today that, or even today, that he's probably one of the best guitar players I've ever seen.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So
dude.
it's
Oh,
super
man.
fun to be now, because when they did the CD release show in 2014, my band, The Gift of Hera, I played guitar in that band. We played that set. We played that show. And so now it's a really cool full circle that now I'm playing with these guys. We looked up to these guys. They just won heavyweights, and they they knew Blake Vinay, who was my best friend and lead guitarist in Hera, and they're like, yeah, come play with us, dude. You guys are cool. And we were young kids, 18 years old, playing with these guys. And so now it's super cool to be a part of this really, really like interesting music. And so I'm having a blast. And these 6-minute songs are hard. Dude, they're such a workout, man.
Yeah, now you're fucking stuck with us.
Credit Brandon even more. Like, not only is he writing guitar, like when we come up with new songs and he's a reaper, he's doing everything. He's doing rhythm, he's doing bass, he's programming what the drums he thinks should sound like.
Yeah.
And then that kind of goes into him, like, here's what I think, and now you're gonna kind of mold it into what you're gonna do.
Yeah.
So it's like this dude, other than the lyrics, he's just the mastermind behind all this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah, dude.
It has been the whole time.
Yeah, that's great. But yeah, like some of the different songs, there's some different vibes and feels on here. So like the first one, it's the I think on here is Detached is the first one.
Detached From Reality.
Yeah. 6-minute song. So that's what I was talking about. But all of those things that I aforementioned kind of in this song, and then The Chosen. This one kind of has a different vibe to it a little bit. I love the last riff on this where you're saying like we are the chosen on the last riff is fucking awesome on here.
Yeah.
You got some killer riffs, dude.
Thanks, man.
Really just like sitting down and evaluating. I'm like, man, this dude's got some fucking riffs. And I'm certain, is Jordan any part of the riff writing?
A little bit here and there, but for the most part, it's me.
But he's just like, give me some shit, Brandon, and we'll go from there.
Tired enough to play it, so he's just like, I don't want to think about it.
Right,
just like, tell me what to do, and I'll do it.
And that's not to take away from Jordan, because he plays
right.
some, like I watch him play, and as a guitarist, I'm watching him play, and I'm like, God, that would suck to be that guy, to play that. Like, but kudos to him, dude. He's a killer rhythm guitarist, and I'm just, it's super cool that to see those two work together. And Brandon's the mastermind, and Jordan is the, you write it, but I'll play it. And it's,
I think that's cool though. Like sometimes you can have too many cooks in the kitchen
Absolutely.
too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Then
Definitely.
too many people are throwing spices in, and by the time you eat it, you're like, man, this thing's too so fucking salty. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's nice if everybody's kind of like, this is my role. It puts some pressure on you, but at the same time, if you're a creative guy, it kind of just comes out anyway, right? So, and somebody's got to take the reins. Someone's going to always kind of be the guy, or a couple guys, and be like, this is my vision, so let's make it happen. So kudos to you on that. And then I noticed on like I for Misery, like you guys almost kind of go into a rock and roll part on this a little bit.
Yeah,
because
that was a hard right turn for sure.
Yeah, like this, because the older stuff you guys are just finding your sound, right? Obviously with Adam on drums, did you say?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah. So Adam on drums too. So that leads to a little bit. You're only playing to his skill ceiling as well, because he's not doing a lot of grind and double bass.
We forced him.
There's a little tapper, little double bass, little tapper in here, but it ain't what we're about to talk about here in a second. But great playing all around on this, especially just for 2014 and a fucking opening EP. Fucking you guys can at least hang your hat on that and say you came out with some quality shit to begin with.
Absolutely. And with Adam, like, everyone was doing blasts, but he wasn't, but he still made it work. He was doing his own thing, and it sounded fucking good, and people were digging it. So we were just like, bro, do your thing, man. It sounds good. We're not gonna, like, it wasn't the style that I was, like, I'm a death metal guy, so I love the blasts and the double bass, but what he was doing worked, and it sounded good, and we were all happy with it. So.
Yeah. I watched the, I think you guys were at the heavyweights. And you guys were only like 4-piece.
Yeah, we didn't have Jordan back then.
Yeah. And I was watching a little bit of that or whatever, and sounded great. I mean, just with the 4 of you guys go up there, because I forgot that you guys were only 4-piece before Jordan got in the band.
We were 5 when I started. We had a guy named Justin Spira playing guitar, and he was a great guitarist. He could hang toe for toe with this dude, and for a long time we didn't think we were going to find somebody that could. Once we lost him, so we were like, well, we're just gonna have to stay 4 because Brandon's out here writing 6-minute crazy ass songs. Nobody wants to do that shit. But then,
an Infinite, that was always a fucking struggle too. Is like the shit we were writing. It was like, I don't know who's gonna fucking play this. When my brother quit, we were like, this band's probably done for.
Right.
So, and then so we got 4 years in between the next EP.
Yeah, we don't do anything fast.
So I'm assuming that obviously, Adam left. Was there a reason? Just
he had some shoulder issues, and I think he was just ready to not be playing shows every weekend and dealing with, you know how it gets.
Yeah,
man,
I get it.
you know.
Dude.
So yeah, he took down, and then I think we had Andrew next for a minute, and then Mike.
There's so many of them.
I lose track at this point. I remember the main ones that we recorded with and did the most with, but there was a lot of guys that deserve credit, so I apologize if I forget any of them. But Mike would be the next one that we really made progress with and recorded an album with.
So at this time, let's just say, Mike is in the band at this time, right?
Yep.
So how'd you guys snag Mike? Because they were still doing Vestigial at this time, right? Or
No.
starting it?
So he was in Orakai.
Yeah, I remember Orakai first.
So
because
he was with us before he was with Vestigial.
Vestigial?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So we just knew him from Orakai back in the day, and I always thought he was like one of the best drummers I had ever seen play. And so, back to the we need a drummer reins, and just kind of worked out where he was looking for a band at the time. And yeah, that was, we did some really good shit with Mike. That was one of my favorite times of the band for sure.
Dude, he's an insane drummer too.
Oh yeah,
like
dude,
all
absolutely.
the props to him.
Yeah.
Like those are some huge shoes to fill.
Oh, I bet. We're going to talk about that. Don't you worry. Because Mike's my homie. We go way back too.
Yeah.
Because I Infinite Design played like his first show that he ever played with Orakai. So that's like how I knew him. And he was like, "Oh my God, you guys are so fucking sick." And then just ever since then, like, he's a good drummer then. But when you first start, obviously 5 years in, when you take your fucking, instrument seriously,
Right.
that's when shit starts to get like, okay, you start getting into the vibe of what you're actually fucking playing. And then the next time I seen him play with you guys, it's like, what the fuck, man? Holy shit, you practice, motherfucker.
Yeah. I saw him open for the Lamb of God, and I was like, holy crap, this dude is good. And like all of them, dude. The whole show is great, but watching Mike play, like, it's fun to watch.
Yeah, he's a badass, man. So yeah, we go into this Aberration 2018 EP.
Yep.
Obviously the drums absolutely rule on this fucker.
Oh yeah.
I'm like got some double bass in this bitch.
Oh yeah.
Totally swings from the last album,
compared
for
to
sure.
listening to 2014
Right.
to 2018, it's like we had a double bass in the last 4 years.
Yeah,
I felt
just a
like
little.
your vocals kind of fit this music more.
Yeah,
Because you can kind of
absolutely.
tell you are the death metal, deathcore kind of
Right.
guy, So I felt like before, not that your vocals didn't fit, but I just felt like this was kind of almost more your style, where you lend a little bit better
Absolutely.
to this more intense shit with more blasting and more, more heavy, more dark. I would say there's more dark, like some of the chords and some of the things that you decide to use.
Oh yeah.
Especially like on the very opening track, Impulse to Kill. That intro melody is sick as fuck, and then you guys play it
love
at
that
the
song.
end as like almost a breakdown.
Yep.
That's fucking awesome, dude. It's just so dark and like eerie. I'm like, man, that is fucking sweet. And you could still hear a little bit of the metalcore, landing in there a little bit. Some of the Lamb of God. I don't think you'll ever kind of be able to get away from that. But it's
No.
like we all kind of do what's been done.
Right.
It's hard to do something different in metal unless you're like a fucking something weird like Sleep Token or something. If you want to
Right.
call that metal, I guess, you know.
Right.
But you're not going to hear too many bands now and just be like, oh, that's something I never fucking heard before. It's kind of
Right.
Oh,
all
yeah.
been done, it's all been borrowed from. So I just feel like, do what you like to do, I guess, right? So, but you gotta have like some kind of starting, like, hey, we might kind of sound like this or that or whatever, So
Right.
definitely some more added like deathcore elements with the breakdowns and the double bass. I feel like, once again, amazing riffs through all of this and guitar playing. Like your playing is so tight on here. Did you record both guitars on this too?
Yep.
Yeah, it's fucking so tight, dude.
Thanks, man.
And I noticed Tyler on bass on this one. There's some really nice locking in with like the rhythm on this, where he's kind of expanded his toolbox a little bit as far as like knowing where to fit in instead of just playing always what the guitar player plays. He kind of, like on some of the parts he'll play more of the bass notes, right?
I feel like this album really showed our growth over
Yeah.
like the last 4 years between that album. Like that first album, we were just a bunch of kids like getting all this rise and all this, we have 40 hours of studio time, go record an album. Like, holy shit.
Yeah.
All right. And then where in 2018, we were kind of grounded, we knew what we wanted to sound like. We knew how to make it sound that way. The guy we worked with, Lee, he was incredible at really making us sound that way. And I'm really impressed with that album. It's really a gratitude to how hard we worked over those years.
Yeah, I absolutely thought the same thing. Some long songs on this bitch too.
Yep.
I just don't think that.
Continuing theme throughout the entire
Yeah.
fucking history of the band.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's cool, man. Hey, fucking get your riffs out there, bro. You got 6 minutes of riffs. I guess let's fucking hear 'em. And the production is stellar on this
Absolutely.
Yeah.
one. The production was pretty good on the first one though, too. You know?
no.
There's a few spots where it was kind of like, you know, but that's all on the mixer and shit. That ain't on you guys. The playing was great, you know.
Mhm.
Let me backtrack and let me ask you this though. How was that when you got into the studio, especially in kind of like, you know, obviously you're 4 years in, you hit the stage and all that, but this is your first recording experience, right? Like kind of in the studio, you got 40 hours to record. That's what you did in 40 hours?
So actually, he gave us a lot more time because he liked working with us so much. It was probably more like 80 hours.
Oh, no shit.
But yeah. Honestly, I hate recording because I hate listening to my vocals without music. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's always like a self-conscious thing for me. If I can get past that, then it'll sound great. But there's been plenty of times where like I go to hit a line and it's like, nope, I just knew that was gonna suck before it even came out.
Yeah.
So, but I don't know what do you feel like record? You don't have a problem. You get up there and fucking nail everything. So.
Yeah. Yeah, I enjoy recording.
Yeah.
Yeah, like usually when I write new songs, I usually start by recording like everything that like record all the guitar parts, and then ideas for drums and stuff like that. So I'm just used to recording regardless. But yeah, I always enjoyed the process.
Yeah. So it wasn't jarring for you when you got in the studio. So, but that was the first time you recorded, right, Jesse?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we had done like some singles with some other people, like some smaller producers and like some friends that were trying to dabble with that kind of thing. But that was our first time like really going and working with a music producer on a full album. And yeah, it was nerve wracking for sure. Even still, like the single we just recorded, I still get nervous, you know, getting in the studio. I can get on stage and have no problem, but I get in front of that studio mic and it's all in my head.
It's that, and it sounds completely different.
Yeah,
too.
like I said, you hear everything like how it's not supposed to sound, you know? And you're like, ugh.
For me too, I feel like when I'm on stage and I do my vocals, there's something about the power of that PA. Like I feel like you can hit different things.
Absolutely.
And then when it's like critiqued under the microscope, you're like, that sounds fucking weird.
Yeah,
Like,
that
you know
didn't
what I
sound
mean?
like that on the PA.
Exactly.
Yeah,
You're
for
like,
sure.
my fucking, where are my highs at? Like, what the fuck? I can hit a high in the PA, but maybe I just sound like dick coming out the PA. I don't know.
Yeah, right?
I'm like, maybe I just suck anyway.
Yeah,
but
people
no.
are lying to me.
No, but it is different. It is completely different when you're isolating those vocals. You're like, man, I don't even know if that was a good take or not.
Right.
At least that's how I feel. But,
No, I agree.
But yeah, getting back into this, man, Impulse to Kill, fucking your highs on this are killer, dude.
Thank you,
fucking
bro.
awesome.
Like I said, I was really happy with that album. Like it really displayed what I was trying to do with my vocal range. Because if you want to double back to like our first shows, the very first thing someone ever told me, you sound just like Randy Blythe. I was like, cool. But I don't want to just sound like Randy Blythe. I want to sound like me.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I spent a long time trying to find no like specific range. I want a top and a bottom and everything in between.
Yeah.
And so
I noticed that too because I feel like some of your lows too sometimes kind of sound like Travis Ryan, which I think is he's the GOAT to me.
I get him a lot, and I get some Trevor from Dahlia sometimes.
Yeah,
too.
absolutely. And then you do have your mids are kind of Lamb of God-ish, but it's just that's just where it lays. But Randy's a sick fucking vocalist, so it's not like that's not a compliment, you know. It's like he's a fucking badass too. So, to me, I love the chorus octave riff on this one too. It's like I think it's like an octave riff, but like the main chorus, I guess you would call it, like kind of the main theme in this Impulse to Kill is cool. Little different than like what I heard from before too, like a little exploration of the guitar. So I thought that was cool. Then we kind of move into Shit. To me, this was very Black Dahlia inspired. What inspired that song? Just the 4 letters on that. I mean,
after I was done writing, I was like, this is just about shitty people, man. Like people you thought were fucking homies, and then found out after a while they're really not. You know. So it was just what can I name this shit?
You're like, so
it's just shit.
And then this one too. There's a groove in this about 4 minutes in. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but it's like you guys go into this like almost Children of Bodom like riff, like higher part. This one with like a run. But right before that, you guys got just the sickest groove, man. I was just like, fuck yeah, this is badass, man. Then Broken Dreams. I don't know what to say about this one. This is probably my favorite one off of this one.
Really?
Really?
I really like this one. To me, I just felt like the riffs and the drums were just like fucking perfect on it. Like, so, I know most bands, when I have them in here, I'm always like, this is my favorite song. And a lot of them are like, that's my least favorite song. I'm like, I don't know what to tell you. I just like that one.
That's why I was kind of surprised. Because
That's usually how it goes, though.
I was like, I don't fucking know. This is what I like, dude. Sorry, I like one of your songs. I don't know what to tell you.
That's it. Fuck's the matter with you, man? Jesus.
Pick a better song to like.
They're always like, you really like that one? I'm like, I fucking thought it stood out to me, so whatever.
Appreciate it either way, man.
Yeah. But yeah, I really fucking, I don't know. It was just something about this, the way it came together, the way all the riffs fit together, just the flow of it. Like, I was just, by the end of it, I was like, this is probably my favorite song out of all the ones so far that I listened to.
Oh, yeah.
So, and then Dead Inside, this one's very Black Dahlia with the vocal and the fucking but it's hard. It's like, because Black Dahlia is a derivative of At the Gates.
right.
Yep.
And then Black Dahlia, and then you have everybody else after that. So it's like, it's the same kind of thing where it's hard to fucking play a metalcore-ish, deathcore-ish type riff and not have it be something that you've heard, you know?
Exactly.
Especially if it has any little bit of melody to it too. It's like, you know, everybody kind of, but super cool song too. And Empty Confessions, I thought this was a great way to end the EP. The opening riff on it is totally fucking awesome because it's like this little run thing, and then you come right in with the fucking heavy ass vocal after that.
Into it. Yep.
Yeah, the one rips, and then you got a solo on this one. So let me ask you. I noticed a few solos in here, but what kind of dictates when you decide to put a solo in?
Just feeling, honestly. Just well, I think I could write a solo to that part right there, or not. That's why it's just kind of random. It doesn't make. There's no really rhyme or reason why or where I put anything. Solo wise, it's just if it sounds good there, then I'll do it.
So do you wait till Jesse's done figuring out where he wants to put stuff, and then, or are you just like, I think a solo will go good over this part, and then let Jesse do his part?
Yeah.
So, yeah, like I'm the last straw. Like once I gotta have him confirm like this song is done, and then I write.
Sure.
And so once I hear the solo, no lyrics. Let him cook. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Let him do his thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
There was one time in an old song I tried to write lyrics over. He's like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
You
like,
don't do
my
that.
bad.
That's my part, motherfucker.
Like, I gave you all 5 minutes and 45 seconds of everything else.
So, all right, man. You can have your 30 seconds.
You don't have to sing all 6 minutes, bro.
Brucey's time to
Take
shine.
a breath.
Right.
So yeah, then after 2018, we fucking get kind of dark here. So is that so Mike left for Vestigial? Is that kind of what happened, or
Yeah, we toured with Mike in 2019
with the Outliers,
with
right?
the Outliers.
Okay.
Did a little East Coast tour for 2 weeks, and then when he came back from that was pretty much it with us. And then it was just a carousel of a few guys.
Yeah, I see that Gary.
Yep.
He was the next guy,
Yep.
right? Because he came in like September 2019.
Yep. Right after that.
Yep. Mike must have left in about June 2019.
Yeah. That would make sense.
So that was kind of a decent turnaround for a drummer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it was a good, like I said, it was a good chunk of time. We did a lot of cool shit together. Probably my favorite like time period in the band was with Mike.
Now, I noticed you guys opened a shit ton of shows, man. Kudos to y'all, because you played with some fucking awesome bands. Like, that was one thing that you guys always did that no other band really did around here. You guys got to open all the fucking shows. I don't know how you guys went about that or did it, but like no one else was doing shit, but you guys opened for everybody. Because I was looking at some of your flyers and shit. I was like, damn, these motherfuckers play with everybody.
For real, man.
That's dope.
I mean, I tell people all the time I open with like all of my favorite bands that I ever grew up listening to.
You opened for a lot of my favorite bands.
Yeah.
So I was like, kudos to y'all for
but
that.
it was just building good bridges with the right people, you know.
That's
when
what
you say you're gonna do something, you do it. You don't bitch about it. You sell your tickets. You get up there. You set up on time. You show up early. You fill your set. You get the fuck off stage. You hang out. You treat the fans good. You treat the venue workers good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You market. You push shows beforehand. If people want tickets, you go to them and sell them. Like we just did what you had to do, and the shows kept coming. So we were like, well, we're doing something right. Let's just keep doing it this way.
Absolutely.
And we're very grateful for all the opportunities we've had, man. Like,
Kudos to you guys for, like I said, for doing that, because all these other bands, even including my band, but it's one of those things where it's like, my band is the same way. It's just like a revolving door. You get a little momentum, and then a fucking guitar player quits. And then you do something, and then fucking this guy quits. And then, you know what I mean? It's like, it's just so hard to keep a band going. And that's why I wanted to give you guys your flowers today and say, through all of this shit of this fucking, whatever it is, 14 years now, or 16 years almost, right?
16,
yeah. you like kept this thing going. You kept most of the main guys besides the drummer, right?
Yeah.
But like you guys just kept on trucking and kept the same name. You didn't try to do something else. You didn't go somewhere else. You're like, this is the project.
Well, before him, the last drummer we had was a dude named Levi.
Levi, I seen that. Yep.
He ended up moving to Florida, and that was kind of like the end, dude. Like we were done. Like
Okay.
these guys decided like we don't want to deal with this shit anymore, and like we divvied up what was in the band fund and walked with our cash, and that was it. Like I was about to have another kid, so it was like, all right, my time's about to suck. So this is it. This is it.
Yeah.
And then like a couple months later, we're like, is it though? Like, do we really want to be it? And so these guys just kept getting together and jamming. And I was like, I got a newborn, so like we don't have a drummer. There's no sense in me being at practice, but like if you guys can find somebody, I'll be there the next day. Like. Yeah. And thank God this dude showed up.
Yeah, so. All right, we'll get into that. But yeah, man, I call that the snake bite. It's like you kind of always feel like maybe you're done, but once you've been on stage, once you've recorded, once you've been creative, did your thing, it's fucking hard to just be like, yeah, I'm done.
Oh, yeah.
I think about it a lot. Even with the podcast, I'm like, why the fuck am I still doing this? Like, what the fuck? This is a lot of fucking work. I could just be chilling doing nothing, but then it's just like, what the fuck else would I do, I guess?
Yeah. Exactly, man.
The same with the band thing. It's just kind of like fucking, after the Infinite Design thing, it's like, man, do I want to deal with the revolving door of unreliable people and fucking my time? Like, is it a waste of time? Because you spend so much time writing and being in the band or being in the room with the guys, right? Like, you spend so much fucking time doing that. And then just to be like another guy leaves and you're just dead in
time's
the
valuable
fucking
these
water.
days, man. You know
Especially if you got kids and
Right.
family and shit. We all got jobs, I'm sure, so it's just like, dude, it's not an easy thing to do. If you think playing in a band, it sounds fun until you got to do it,
Yeah.
Everyone's like, oh, it's got to be great. Like, sometimes.
Yeah.
The great times is the show.
Oh,
and
yeah.
You get to hang out with people and perform what you've been working on, for so long. But getting up to that point, it is a lot
All
of
the
work.
shit in between.
Yeah.
The great times are great. That's what makes it great. But everything else is just a lot of trudging through the fucking mud and bullshit, So
Just a lot of practicing my 6-minute long fucking songs.
Can't wait till I get a drummer to play this shit. Then I got to show him 6 minutes of fucking music.
I've always said, like, being in a band is trying to, like, maintain 4 girlfriends at once. Like, you got to keep everyone happy, and it's never going to work out every day. And you just got to move on to the next one and forget about the shit. Like, we've had plenty of times where we don't agree on things.
Yeah.
I think every band does.
Yeah.
But to just kind of put it aside and get back on the same page, that's the main point, especially when you go through so many lineup changes. So the remaining members, you just kind of like washed at that point. You're like, fuck, here we go again, So you got to just forget about all that and focus on what you're trying to do now.
Yeah.
Move forward.
Absolutely. Yeah, and then you got to kind of know everybody's temperament, what they're going to do, what they're going to bring to the table, and then like you almost sometimes have to accept that too. Like maybe you wish another guy would, but for me, you can't always expect you out of everybody else either. So I think that's very important in a band setting, right? Because sometimes you're like, I wish, but it's kind of like, well, this is what we got.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. These are the guys that are doing it.
Yep.
So we're all here. We show up.
Right.
So we're going to make the best of it, like you said, So, yeah, so you kind of trudged through some drummers. It looks like maybe your last show was Friday, May 6th, 2022.
Was that the Park Theater?
I'm not sure. I just was kind of guessing off your social media.
I want to say Park Theater was our last show.
Or that was one of the ones that was, what was that place that shut down?
Turnstiles. Yeah, it could have been somewhere around there. I know it was 2022 for sure, middle of the year.
Yeah. And then Levi just left to fucking Florida.
His family, his girlfriend and stuff, they were moving, and that was his soulmate. He's a kid, man. He's a young dude, had a whole life for him. We're a bunch of old fucks, like just trying to play metal. Like I wasn't gonna tell this kid, you got to stay here and not follow. Like, bro, go do your thing, man.
Yeah, exactly.
So we let him take off, and that was it until now. So.
All right, so enter Levi into the band.
Eli.
Yeah,
see, we fuck it up all the time, dude.
I don't know why I said that. I fucking know you.
I fuck it up all the time. I'm sorry.
Because I'm looking at Levi Smith's name, and then I said, so Eli, Levi. Okay, so at least you got a rhyming.
So we used to call Levi Jeans, and we just call him Sticks.
Okay,
so.
Sticks. So
You'll find out why at the show if you come.
Might catch
All right.
4 or 5.
So enter
drums.
Eli. We've got some of these guys back history. You said you played in a band called what?
The Gift of Hera.
Okay. I remember you guys.
We were kids. We played a lot of shows around the state. We got to open for Withhold the Blood and Kill Tomorrow, and we were around for the name change from No Life to Heart Sick, and
Okay.
we played for the tail end of the Severed Process. So we came in right at in 2014.
The most terrible part of our scene that we've had.
Welcome.
Yeah. All of the venues shut down that we could no longer play. All the
Man.
crickets were gone. All the cool shows were fucking
I
gone.
know.
Damn, man.
Our first show was at Club Envy that shut down 2 or 3 months later.
Yeah.
And so
I think we played the only show at the Donut Hole with you guys too, didn't we?
Oh, that was Crimson Saint. That was before all the restructuring and new members came to that. But yeah, so I played with these guys in a band. Well, I shared the stage with them essentially, and we opened a lot of shows, and thankfully that these guys gave us the time. I mean, we played a lot of the opening slot,
Absolutely.
but it was and got our feet wet. We got to meet everybody. We got to start building these friendships. At least for me, because I was so green to the scene. I was so new, didn't know anybody.
And you're playing guitar.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was playing rhythm guitar, and there would be a couple shows where our drummer couldn't make it because we had 3 drummers in that band. So between the first drummer,
Yeah. Give us one.
Brag about it, dude.
Well, you barely fucking keep one, asshole.
I know. Well,
Fucking bragger over here.
so, and I was the alternate fourth, right? So I'm for our first 2 drummers, Charlie Bush, and he was a great step to get us going. Kid, I went to school with another one of my really good buddies. When he stepped down, I think it was through creative differences. He wanted to go one route, we wanted to go another, so it just didn't end up working. And then we had Blake's little brother, Alec Vinay, who did a great job, but again, young kid, he was still in high school when he was playing these shows with us. So he had rules. Mom had rules for him, you can't go out this night, school night, the whole parental thing. So those nights, because I have a drumming background previous to guitar, I would play these shows, and that's how some of these guys saw me know that I can play. And so originally Jesse was the one who hit me up, and he's like, hey man, we need a drummer. And this was shortly after Levi left. And it didn't work out. My wife and I were supposed to be moving down to Arkansas. Didn't pan out. So we stayed up here. They had Levi left. And then me and Tyler started talking. I made a comment on Facebook, hey, I'm looking to do some metal drums. And he's like, hit me up. And a week or 2 later, I'm jamming in front of Jordan and Brandon, and they're like, yeah, let's give it a go. See you next week. So I was
So what year was this? Because you said you talked in 2022, it didn't work out. So it must have been within the last year?
I would say early 2025.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
somewhere in
Okay.
there.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
So 14 months or whatever.
Yep.
16 months or something.
Something like that, yeah.
Okay. So you just been in the lab grinding with you guys,
Pretty much.
learning Brandon's 6-minute songs.
Oh,
Yeah.
Thank God for Guitar Pro, dude, and that these guys
Oh.
took the time to hash that out. Because then I got Guitar Pro to essentially learn this music, and it has been everything. Because going once a week trying to learn these 6-minute songs that's tough, dude.
Yeah.
That's tough to try to do
Yeah.
it only once a week. So
Yeah, you got to put the time in on yourself. And that's, dude, especially this day and age, it's hard to get together maybe
Oh,
even
yeah,
once
it
a
is.
week. So it's everybody's
Yeah.
got to come ready with the shit. You can't be fucking off, because if I'm taking your 2 hours away from your kids or your family or your wife
Right.
or, whatever, it's y'all need to show up and be ready. Because it's not like 10 years ago, 12 years ago, where we could just fuck around and jam for 4 or 5 hours, drink and hang out or
Right,
whatever. Now
no.
it's we got to get in the room and fucking get some shit done. If we're trying to accomplish
Right,
something, right?
yeah.
So yeah, it's a lot of time on itself. Guitar Pro.
Yeah. I didn't actually write any of the stuff. We hired somebody else to do it, and I just stood there and it's this note, this note, this note, and this note.
Okay.
I don't have the fucking patience to sit and do that.
So every time I write something, I tab shit out in Guitar Pro, but I don't do it right, because if you play it back, it doesn't sound right. I just put all the
yeah.
notes in there so I can remember my riffs.
Right.
Because you got to know half note, 16th, 32nd. You got to know music theory in order
Yeah.
to use that shit.
Yeah.
And I just don't know how to do that. I'm I know how to write the tab out and that'll give you some squiggly line bullshit saying the bar isn't complete. I'm like, bro, I'm just trying to like remember my riffs. Like I don't need to play it back because I can just record it in Reaper and fucking play it back, right? So it's like, but yeah, I was wondering about that because I've seen people they're pretty stellar at Guitar Pro, and you can just hit play and fucking it'll play it all out, and you're like, what the fuck, man? How do you do that? I don't know. So, guess that makes sense. So you're listening to these on Guitar Pro? What, are you like slowing them down or just being able to loop parts or what?
For the most part, it's just familiarizing myself with the songs and the riffs. So I'm like, okay, this is what Brandon wrote the drums for. So I'm gonna like take the part and try to work it. I'm gonna, and I typically try to learn it full speed first.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And if I can't get it, then I'll slow it down. I'll loop a section. Or I'm like, okay, this particular, these triplets on the feet are at this tempo are struggling, or I'm struggling with them. So I'll stop, and then I'll just work triplets, just triplets on my feet, and I'll go until like, okay, I feel like I got this for a little bit, and then I'll start the song back over.
Yeah.
Or I'll play the 5, 6, 7 songs that we got on there, or whatever the case is, and I'll run through a set. And that's my practice. Or I'll spend time just doing technique. All right, we're doing a footwork day today. 45 minutes of just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, just going after it like that. And it's super helpful, dude. Like I don't think I would be here at this level if they didn't take the time to do Guitar Pro.
Yeah, I mean, Phil in Mike's shoes, fuck, he's straight up professional, man.
Dude.
I mean, that dude's a fucking stellar drummer. So, like,
So the pressure's on, basically.
Yeah,
and so that's what's been driving me to all this extra practice time. And thank God my wife has been so gracious to me and like, all right, go in there for 45 minutes. I'll take the dogs, out or whatever.
Are you heel toe?
Depends on the thing. I'm typically all just toe.
Okay.
But some rhythms, like if there's like a quick, 16th note in there,
Sure.
in a mess of 8th notes, then I'll throw a heel in there.
Okay.
I'll throw it in there sporadically. Like I can do it. I do it fairly frequently, but it's not like if I'm going really fast, dude, it destroys my shins if I go heel toe.
Yeah, because I think Mike does that, don't he? Some heel toe, because he's fast as fuck on the doubles like that.
Mm-hmm.
So what songs are we playing? Because I'm sure just between the 4 songs on the first EP and 5 songs or whatever it is on the second, that's 9 songs. I'm sure you guys got more songs in the bank than that, right?
Yeah, so we have like a whole nother album of songs ready to go. We had kind of them in the progress when Levi was in the band.
Okay.
But obviously everything got shelved.
Sure.
So when he came in the band, our main goal was, well, we got this show, we got to get a set ready. So we're only going to play one old song at the show. Everything else will be new.
Okay.
But we haven't really focused on any of the older stuff with him yet because we wanted to just work on this new stuff and record a new album. We might throw some older ones back in later on, but for now we've just been really focused on these 5 or 6 songs we're going to play at the show in June.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that's the thing. Sometimes it's hard to go back when you got the new stuff on the shelf because sometimes it's your favorite shit because you just wrote it and it's fresh and, not so familiar as the old stuff. So I just wondered about that because sometimes you get a lot of songs to pick from.
Yeah.
Well,
also, we switched from 6-strings to 7-string guitars back a few years ago. So pretty much all of our old 6-string stuff doesn't really translate very well.
Absolutely.
So we kind of had to write a whole new fucking catalog of songs just to.
Sure.
Yep. So that's the main reason we don't normally play too much of the old stuff.
That makes sense. Yeah, because then switching guitars and shit, you only get 25 minutes or 30 minutes, right? So it's kind of like, and a lot of times, I mean, fuck, man, I don't know. When are you guys going to play 45 minutes to an hour? Probably never, right?
Doesn't happen often.
I mean, I can't remember.
I hope
the last,
not. Jesus.
I can't remember the last time fucking I played more than 25 to 30 minutes, period.
Yeah. It's usually the going rate.
And I almost would rather like it like that.
Yep.
Let me play 5 songs, 6 songs, and get the fuck out of the way and let someone else play. You get 4 or 5 bands on the bill. I don't want to listen to you play for 45 fucking minutes, man. Like, let someone else get up there. That's 15 minutes someone could be setting up or something. Like, So sometimes it's only relegated to 6, 5 songs anyway.
Well, with him, it's only like fucking 3 or 4 sometimes. So.
At 30 minutes, that's 5 songs.
Yeah, you're like,
4
dude,
songs.
we cannot stop. We cannot tune. We get 4 songs.
That's it. Hurry up.
Just shitting on me all fucking day.
You did it to yourself.
I know.
Well, it's cool to hear that you guys are back. You guys are doing your thing. And then, so tell me about this new single, why you picked this song, how it came about, and when exactly does it come out?
So I think we're gonna drop it right after this comes out. Like we haven't released it to anybody yet. Why we picked this song, I don't really know. I think it's just the one we landed on. I think it was the one we kind of had down the best at this point.
Sure.
This new album we're working on is very like new. Like the songs we've had for a while, but like the themes and the meanings are still very new. So this single that we released called Mammon is more on like the greed. So we did like a demon god theme. So each song is kind of representing one of the ideations of the demon gods.
Okay.
So this one would be Mammon, the demon god of greed.
Okay.
So this one's just about kind of like how we're so materialistic and we kind of like lose the sight of we really have everything we need to get by, but we're so greedy to get more and more that it kind of washes away the meaning of everything.
Absolutely.
And so that's kind of where we went with this song. The rest of the album, we're still, like I said, in the works. We've been really focusing on this show and the songs we're going to play. But we do have a whole idea coming out with this new album here soon.
Oh yeah. So this song is called Nation of Fallacy?
No, so we were talking at practice and we kind of switched up what we wanted to do. I was really like, man, I don't like the title of this song and like how we were trying to push the meaning of it. So we kind of went with a whole different route of where we wanted to go with it. And so that's when we changed it to Mammon.
Okay.
Figured we haven't really played it or released it, so we still had like our own say to it, you know?
Absolutely.
And this was literally just even at like the last practice, we were still brainstorming all this shit. So yeah, we're gonna go with that route, and hopefully everyone digs it.
Okay. Sounds fucking killer. I feel like I can hear the 7 strings on this. Like I can hear the more. It's not as like almost metalcore as the other stuff. It's a little more kind of death or like deathcore, death metal type shit. The lyric video is fucking killer. It rules. The art, I love the art. Fucking skeleton guy with the fucking 666
yes, sir.
skulls, fucking awesome. New drummer kicks ass. Not Levi. His name is Eli.
I appreciate it.
Just so you know.
Hey, they call me Levi, and I'll still answer. I know they're talking to me.
We know who you are.
It's got like 3 of the same letters, then fuck it.
He hasn't been in the band since 2022, but we'll take it, whatever.
Right.
I've been called worse.
Yeah, solo is fucking awesome, dude.
Thanks.
I thought there on this solo too, it was interesting. There's a little exploration towards the end of this solo in some melody that seemed a little unorthodox to what you normally do. Now you're always playing the solos?
Yeah.
So Jordan's just rhythm then, right?
Yep.
Okay, cool. But excellent guitar playing, tight as fuck, dude, as always. The vocals rule on it, dude. Fucking
Thank you.
I wanted to ask you, was this even more intimidating just because of like the vocals? Like you guys were on this, and I know how death metal vocals work, right? Like if you're doing it all the time, it works, but you can't. It's hard just to do death metal vocals and practice like you can pick up your guitar and fucking wank away or go play your drums, right?
Yep.
I guess you could if you had a place in your house where you could go scream. I don't know if you do that or not.
I have
I'm
a
not
little
sure.
setup on my computer, but it's nothing professional, nothing I could like actually use to like record anything. But I try and stay active as much as I can. But yeah, recording this time around was super stressful because we aren't active, you know?
Yeah.
Every other time we recorded, we were playing shows, we were practicing every week. Like lately it was like we could only get together like once or twice a month. So it was very stressful. Like I even told the guys on the way there, like, I'm nervous, bro. Like we're usually active when I'm going in here to do this, and I'm not right now. So it was like, even more of like a mindset thing for me going into this one. But the guy we worked with, Dominic Mosier, he was really good at just like kind of easing my stress and letting me know like, hey, if it doesn't sound good, we'll sit here all night until it does, you know?
Okay.
And thankfully it didn't. Like it was an hour and a half, 2 hours, I think, and I was done. So it was pretty good. A really good experience working with him. And I was pretty happy with how it sounded for not being active, you know?
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I didn't think you missed a step, but I was just wondering, that was going through my mind because I understand that part of it.
Well, you nailed it, man. I was nervous because like, we haven't been playing shows and just doing it actively as we used to. So
when you're active and you're screaming all the time or whatever, and your vocals are broken and you're confident about it, that's a whole different story. But like, You know, when it's been fucking quite a few years since you've been in the studio or even on stage because you guys haven't played yet either, right? So, I know that's a whole different fucking type of thing. You know?
Absolutely.
Like I said, it's easy for you to pick up your guitar and fucking wank away, you know, and you don't even have to plug in. You can still at least get your reps in, you know, but it's different just to be like, in that fucking bathroom.
Right.
You throw your voice out.
And like we talked about earlier, like it sounds way different doing that than once you get on a mic and you got the headset in and you're like, oh God, like that's what that shit sounds like.
Absolutely. So could you say the guy's name again who recorded that?
Dominic Mosier.
Yeah,
Okay, so
Mosier.
why did you go with him and what was that decision?
So these guys, so I had them in Facebook and just, you know, I went through a big spree of adding people who looked like they did something in music, whether it be a producer, front of house, like just networking basically. And this is before I met these guys, or not met these guys, but before I joined the band. So I had dabbled, you know, just looking around, checking out people's work. And then the guys in Let It Rot, I'm homies with a few of those guys.
Okay.
And Dominic did a lot of their work.
Okay.
And so I was like, well, I really like this.
Sure.
You know, this sounds really good. So I hit him up for when I played drums in a rock band a year and a half ago. You know, I played for a little bit. We did a couple shows and again, didn't work out, creative differences, and, you know, best of luck to them. But
Behind the music.
yeah,
Yeah.
you know, it just like great stuff. You know, I love the guys. But we went and tried to work with Dom, and I was really, really happy with how everything went there. I mean, he's very affordable with incredible quality. Like I'm sure you've heard like that. Let It Rot. Like go check out their music. You know,
I mean, they've been on the show, so I've listened to all their shit.
Yeah. So like their stuff is good, and so I was like, yeah, let's check them out. And so I suggested him to these guys, and they were like, well, let's check out his work. What kind of metal work has he done? And so I pulled up some of the Let It Rot stuff. I pulled up his Dominic's page where he's got his, you know, the different things that he's done and all that.
His resume.
And, yeah. And they seem to like it, and we're really thrilled about the price point of the quality.
The price was right.
Yeah. The price is
That
was
always
right.
fucking makes a difference.
And so we went there, and he lived up to the expectation I laid out. You know, like I talked him up so good, and then he delivers and then some. You know, makes it sound really good. And so that was kind of it. You know, it was just kind of they were like, yeah, we'll give it a shot, and if it doesn't work out, we'll go with somebody else. You know. But it did, you know.
Okay.
So that's all that.
So
really
recorded
happened.
one single.
Yep.
Drums there at his place. What kind of setup does he have?
So he's got a couple different. He's got a real nice setup. I brought our kit there. And for sake of the sound quality, we went through and I basically played a scratch part and, you know, played everything that I would be playing, and then he took it and MIDI mapped it and like so just nitpicked every little thing and gave it. But I was just happy because it was an authentic part. You know, it is what I'm playing.
Okay.
So he did a really good job at going through and picking up all the little hits and the ghost hits and, you know, for the snares and stuff. And so I'm really excited to try to work with him again. And, you know, because he's good and he's super nice, dude.
Oh, you recorded the guitars there at his place?
No, he was actually comfortable with me just sending him the DIs. So I had all my work was already done by the time I even got there.
Oh, okay.
So it was just Jesse and I going there to do
So
the
just
work.
waiting, like your scratch tracks were done tracks then?
Yep.
So he was just playing to the done guitar tracks and bass tracks then?
Yep.
Assuming you did Tyler at your place then too?
Yep.
That's cool. That's kind of what we did too, like find a place to record drums and maybe vocals. So what about you, Jesse? You obviously recorded vocals there. Then.
Yeah, because we don't really have the means of doing that where we're at. But, you know, anything to kind of make it a little bit cheaper. You know, like I said, when we broke up, per se, we depleted the funds, so there wasn't a whole lot of cash sitting around to record, and we had to get new merch for the show.
Absolutely.
So that was our number one goal. And so, yeah, whatever we could do with what we had, we were trying to make it as efficient as possible. So I was like, well, if we don't have to record the guitars there, that's a little cheaper.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
For sure, man. And technology now and like
it's crazy.
You know, all the shit like from when you guys first started or Infinite first started, you know, we're still trying to do shit the old school way, mic everything up, record it. Not even to a first Infinite wasn't even to a fucking click track. We didn't even, you know what I mean? So it's like, you know, you're getting in the studio like, man, you played that way too fucking fast. Like, what the fuck, dude? Like, so it's just you don't know it until you know it, right? But now there's just with the drum programming and the fucking sounds of the drums, and then like just being able to record the guitar parts at your house. You're really just taking those fucking DIs anyway. So did he reamp, or are you using like VSTs or whatever? Or like
he used a VST. I don't remember exactly
like
which one it was.
DSP or something.
Yeah,
like
he's
that.
got the whole slew of them.
Yeah, sure. I got all that shit too. So, but that stuff sounds good. You don't know. I mean, it's hard to even tell anymore what's what. You know.
So, they've gotten really good.
Yeah.
I saw a video of the drummer recording. I think if it was A Night in Texas, the band, and he was doing it on an E-kit, and I was like, huh, well, okay, that's cool. and like was like it kind of changed my whole perception of these crazy big bands are doing some crazy cool stuff, and yeah, they're using an E-kit or you know program the drums, but it's not like they're writing something into the song that they're not able to play.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, so that's one of those like, it's not that big a deal. It's at least the part I play.
So of the fucking 80 bands that I've had come through here or whatever, a good majority of them barely say we recorded the drums in a room. You know, most of them like the drums are programmed.
Yep.
The drummer just plays that what we either show him what to play, or he says this is what I'm gonna play, kind of like you said, and they just make it sound good because it's just easier. Because how fucking hard is it to record drums in a pro studio with all the mics?
Oh,
and
man.
you got to have a great sounding room. And fucking how much time does that take?
Right. You're spending all that money. You want it to sound perfect.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
You know, so fucking you got superior drummer, and then you got the fucking the periphery, whatever they use, all them fucking get good drums shit, all that shit. Like all this shit is already like recorded professionally in a studio. Right. And most of the drums on all this metal shit's replaced now anyway. Even if you go fucking play this killer shit in the studio, most of the time they're just going to stack samples on it and make it sound better anyway. So it's really no different than fucking programming. As long as you're playing it fucking live, that's the biggest thing, you know? So, you know. Or some weirdo's not programming shit, and you're like, dude, you're hitting 4 toms there and only got 2 arms. I don't know
oh my god! And Brandon's so bad at that too. Like when he writes
how the fuck am I hitting a snare 2 times and a cymbal at the same time, like holding the stick like this, trying to
start doing some weird stick tricks.
Right? Like that double bass is 395 BPM. I don't think I'm gonna.
It's a fucking machine.
It's fucking laser beams.
This sounds cool, but I don't think I'm playing that, dude.
Yeah, I'm definitely guilty of doing that whenever I write drums for our songs. Like, good luck learning how to play that.
I'm just like, I don't know if I have enough appendages for this.
You're like, you wanted to be in the band, bro.
Guess what?
I know, and they remind me of that all the time. They're like, you chose this. You chose to play that instrument. I was like, I didn't know I was going to be playing to Brandon's songs.
That's fucking awesome.
That's why I was telling him just write whatever sounds good to you. This is just my kind of baseline idea of the way I want it to sound. But
he forgets the level of human capability.
Yeah,
sometimes.
And that's all right.
But I mean, end of day, you're just like, I want this part to be groovy, or I want this part to be blasty, or you know, or thrashy, or whatever. Like that's kind of mostly just what you're hearing over your riff, right? You know, so gotta have that tension release. So you're gonna hear that when you're writing the shit on guitar, right? So, but yeah, so Mammon, 2026 single. This comes out. Let me look at my calendar real quick, boys. This, like I said, we're gonna squeeze this one in. This one will be out the 21st, so Thursday, which is kind of like a bonus episode for us this week. But that's what Tyler asked, to have a quick turnaround on it.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, no problem. We'll get it done. So I'm assuming that'll come out Friday.
Yeah, we'll probably drop it Friday then.
Okay. Yep. Sick. So look for, when you're listening to this, look for the Mammon single to come out tomorrow, on Friday the 22nd. So let's talk about this show. It's a return show for you guys. Vestigial's record release, which that album is fucking incredible.
Yeah,
their episode just came out this week.
I watched that.
We broke it all the way down. Fucking those. Michael, I was going to ask too, you went with Dom, right? But like, why not Michael?
I didn't know Michael did that work. Like, I know the guys in Vestigial, but I really only know Mike.
Okay.
And so, or
Mike Miller?
Yeah, Miller.
Yeah.
These guys know the know the other Mike, and I'm a little like, I don't want to say like I don't know him, but like we're friends on Facebook. I didn't know that his level of work was like that.
Oh, yeah.
Until I started checking out and you have these guys on there. I'm like, oh yeah, Michael did their work too. And so I, Recorruptor and Nociception and Vestigial's work. I'm like, well, shoot. Well, that was, up the road, basically, Grand Rapids.
Sure.
And so, we drove out to East Lansing for Dom.
Because that's where Let It Rot kind of from, is the Lansing area.
And so I just didn't know that Mike did all that until I heard some of his music, and I love all of it. Like the mix was awesome. Like everything was just good. And that was it. I just didn't know.
That makes sense. Yeah, because Mike is a fucking badass. We're going to record here in a couple of weeks our new album, and I'm going to let him do the mixing and shit on it.
Nice.
Because everything I've heard, he's done justice to. Like, the Nociception shit is incredible.
Yeah.
The Recorruptor is fucking awesome.
No, it does good work.
The new Vestigial is just so badass with all of his programming and his songwriting and the singing. And I'm a big fan of that band. But yeah, talking about this show, their record release, Nociception's on the show, Recorruptor's on the show. So all fucking bands we just mentioned. But then you guys hop on it. What made that decision to hop on this? Or
So I was already talking with Clint from Recorruptor about us trying to come back and do a show together, and it just kind of worked out where they were already playing a show in Grand Rapids for Vestigial's release, and I was like, if we're gonna come back, like, you're not gonna find very many shows better than that one to come back on. I would love to play a Muskegon show first, but it's just not in the works right now. And that would just kind of fell in our lap, and we were like, all right, we'll just make that our comeback show then. You guys can kind of market it that way, and we'll just plan on not playing until then. We've had a couple offers for like April, but it was just like, no, we already gave our word. Like, that's going to be our comeback show. But it just kind of fell into our lap, and we're all homies already. So it was like, what better way to come back than to play with your friends? And the Pyramid Scheme's a great place. I hear it's almost at sellout, and like they just posted it's a month away, and tickets are low. So we played a couple shows there, sold out, but it was with like Cannibal Corpse and Black Dahlia Murder. So if we could sell that place out with just a bunch of local friends and bands, that would be pretty sweet.
Oh yeah.
So we're excited.
I got my tickets. So
Hell yeah.
I'm excited for you guys to get back on stage. You said Muskegon. It's like, where the fuck are you going to play Muskegon?
We're hoping we can get something worked out for Rebel Road, Bike Time.
Oh, okay.
Like, we've never had a chance to play anything for that, so that's always been on my bucket list of like what I want to do with the band before we're done. So we're hoping that we can get something worked out for that.
Logistical nightmare. As far as hauling equipment.
Oh yeah,
no,
for sure. It's gonna be it's probably gonna be like a terrible business opportunity, but it's more of like just something that I've always wanted to do personally. So it's like a selfish thing.
Because obviously the dudes and guys are my homies. Fucking, we talk and fucking hang out and shit. And fucking, I was asking them. I was like, what a pain in the ass, because they played down there like last year, or the year before. So it's like, you got all your equipment and shit down there. Like, they had to walk blocks away. It's like, fuck, man, because where the fuck are you going to park? Where are you going to, it's already hard enough. Then you got bike time going on. It's like, fuck, man.
It'll probably be a nightmare, but like I said, it's just something I've always wanted to do.
Something you want to do. I will say this too, playing Rake's fucking sick.
Yeah.
We've only got to play there once. We played there with Maul, like last month or something, or like in April. And that was a sick ass fucking show. And Jeremy, that's about the only place you can play around here.
Right.
Occasionally you can get into Unruly, but the dude just doesn't like metal. So
unless you want like a Thursday night or something.
Yeah, the dude just doesn't like metal. Fucking,
it's crazy.
We've got to squeeze in there a few times, but it was cool. I mean, you were there, but and we made it work. But it was, at the same time, it's like, the dude just for some reason has the metal logo on his shit and hasn't had metal at his fucking place. So
and I feel like every time we played there, it's been a good show. Like you can't tell me it wasn't a good business opportunity for them as well. So
same with us. We played there a few times in the last couple of years, but it's always like packed or fucking. You can't even move in there, and it's just like, I don't know why you won't. I mean, I get it. Maybe you don't have to have it there every month.
No, but even like maybe
quarter,
2 or 3 shows a year.
Yeah, once a quarter, 4 shows a year or something. You know. So, but I think we're going to try to do that Horns Up for the Holidays thing again this year, so maybe y'all can jump on that.
That'd be cool.
That'd be cool if we could
absolutely
at least make that happen. It was a cool charitable thing. Obviously, the homies in Kill Tomorrow. I just seen Damien the other day. He actually just lives right around the corner.
No shit.
Yeah,
Nice.
Fucking, I'll go by there and I'll see fucking their cars there, or fucking Ross will be standing outside and shit.
No, we're always down to play for a good cause. We've done plenty of benefits and charity shows and
Absolutely.
shit. And this is something we like to do. So let us know.
Oh yeah. But yeah, so let's see. What's your practice schedule like? Because I know you said that sometimes you don't get together, sometimes you do.
So we shoot for Saturdays. Every Saturday around between like noon and 2. It just depends on if he works Saturdays because he lives way up in Baldwin.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
So he's got the drive. Like everyone
yeah.
else is pretty close within like 15, 20 minutes. I'm in Grand Haven and these guys are all in Muskegon. But yeah, he's got the drive. So it's his schedule that dictates everything. And then if I can make it work out with my kids. But lately we've been pretty good on getting together every Saturday, especially with this show coming up.
Sure.
We're probably going to drop a Friday and right before the show just to get us nice and warmed up.
Get
And,
real tight. Yeah.
yeah, hopefully it goes well.
Dude, fucking, so that's what, an hour 20 or something?
Yeah, right about.
Like wintertime,
damn.
like 2 hour, like
Yeah.
death
Oh, that's
trap.
a fucking nightmare, man.
Yeah. God damn, man.
There's been a couple of times during the winter where I'm like, should we let Brandon come to practice?
You
Should we
should
tell him
for your own sake.
Yeah.
So, any other shows right now or anything in the books? Just this one? Focus
Just this
on
one
that, and then
focused
go
on,
from
yeah.
there?
We're hoping it kind of opens up the door for everything else and it just starts coming at us left and right.
Sure.
But yeah, we're just focused on this one right now and coming back the right way.
What about recording? Get this single out. What does that look like? Are you in a rush to try to get an album out? Do you want to do a whole album next, or what are you thinking?
So we have enough songs to try and do like 2 5-song EPs again. Like we kind of like to do that just for time and cost sake.
Sure.
But really, like this dude's the mastermind. Whatever he wants is going to happen. So
what you thinking, Brandon?
We're recording everything right now.
I got an E-Kid in there, so.
You're all fucked.
No, I'm
I
fucked.
got a 7-string in there too, dude.
all right, well,
Let's
I guess
fucking go.
make this happen.
Yeah, no, I like the whole 2 5-song EP thing. And like I said, I'm able to just send him the DI, so I just been pretty much recording as much as I possibly can. So when the time comes, I could just start sending him fucking everything that he needs.
Yeah. As a band, it's like, especially with limited time where we're at in our lives, right? Like what, you got to sacrifice one thing. So it's like you have your comeback show and then you disappear for a while to record shit. Or then, it's always hard to throw shows in while you're
Right.
recording. It's,
Yeah.
it's not an easy thing to balance. I mean, you can do it, but it's not. So that's why I was just wondering, is it like try to hit shows hard
Yeah,
now?
I think
or
we're
is it,
going to try and
what's
focus on getting our foot back in the door and getting our name back out there, building those bridges again with, venues and, booking agents and stuff like that. I don't think any of us are trying to like tour the country like
okay.
heavily or anything.
Yeah.
Those days might have passed, but maybe little weekend runs,
Okay.
like Midwest runs, little 3-show dates or something like
Sure.
that. But like I said, just getting our feet back wet, being able to actually play a show without fucking dying on stage.
Right.
I told the guys from Vestigial, I said, we're going to play like 2 songs, and then you guys can come up and play, and then we'll get up there and play another 2, because this whole set shit is going to kill me.
Yeah.
But
absolutely.
yeah, just trying to get back, and then the recording, we've never, obviously you can see it's like 4 years in between an album usually,
Right.
so we've never been like, we got to record right now.
Absolutely.
But I think with that, it kind of lets us create the best work, and then once it's ready, then we go.
Yeah. I also feel like, obviously I'm 45 years old today,
Happy birthday.
But it's like we don't have all the time in the world either. So it's like you kind of got to put the foot on the gas. Like maybe you won't do the world tours or whatever, but if it's like you're trying to get your ideas out there,
Yeah,
it's
for
kind of
sure.
like you got to be as fast and efficient as you possibly can. We're in a different world now where there's just so much inundated with so much fucking music, dude. I didn't even know. I listen to so many albums all the time. I'm like, this is a sick album. I just don't even know if I'll ever listen to it again if I need to listen to all the new shit that comes out. You know?
Right.
That's a
Right.
bad thing, So it's fucking, we live in a weird world where but like if you keep waiting 4 years for EPs, it's like, fuck, y'all gonna be 60 years old and have 2 more EPs out.
I feel like
no shit, man.
if we didn't have that break, we were on pace to do it like every 4 years. Like 2022, we probably would have came out with that album.
Yeah.
Like, we were working on those songs with Levi pretty heavily. So
Yeah.
I think if that wasn't the case, we might. But like I said, we had to start all over, and I like where we're at now. I kind of like where we're at now better than we were then.
Sure.
So
Absolutely. Yeah.
I'm excited to see where it goes.
Yeah, if you get in a good workflow, you could probably make that turnaround a little bit better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then like if everybody's working on shit on their own, like I said, that's a big thing. Like everybody come prepared. You got this long ass drive, kids, wife, like I said, everybody's got shit to do. So let's
Right.
make these 2 hours. Because back in the day, y'all probably just got in the room and fucked off and jammed, right?
Got drunk.
Who's got time to jam anymore?
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? Let's flesh this out. Let's do this. Let's let's play this fucking song. Show me the song. Let's fucking play it, right?
Yeah.
Like,
for sure.
maybe you have a little bit more work because you got to pen the lyrics and figure out your patterns and everything, but you can still listen to that shit at home and kind of at least get that idea
it's easy.
down,
Like for me, like what I'll do is I'll just take his guitar and I'll come up with the pattern I want, just like
Okay. Yeah.
and then it's like, all right, now I know what it needs. Now I got to fit words to that. So that's probably the hardest part, is fitting the words to the pattern. But I've worked with him for so long now, like I have a sense of how he writes, and like it brings the words out of me, kind of. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like
Absolutely.
it's very easy to work with him because we've been doing it together so long.
Absolutely. And it sounds like you kind of give him freedom to kind of do whatever. Like no one really has any stipulations on what you do. You guys give him any feedback on anything? I mean,
I'm not a fucking vocalist, man. I don't care. I just play guitar.
so you're just like, whatever, sing whatever, do whatever. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Just
It sounds good, man.
Yeah, just don't suck. His lyrics are always good, so yeah, I have no problem with
Cool.
anything.
I was just wondering. Some people get very particular about things. I'm one of those where it's like, Larry, don't sing over this part. Don't fucking say that. Don't fucking, I let Larry write the lyric. I let him write the lyrics because I'm like, I wouldn't write that because it's kind of Larry's band. But I'm just like, fucking, don't sing over this part, dude. So, I don't know how to ask this, but I want to ask it anyway. Like, after all these years and all this shit, why do you guys keep going?
It's fun. I couldn't imagine doing anything else.
Because when I go to shows now, I can't enjoy it because I'm not up there doing it.
Okay.
Like it's very hard to go to a show and have a good time because I miss it so much. I wasn't ready to be done. It wasn't on my terms. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and because I can still do it, I've had plenty of friends that did vocals that can't do it anymore because their voice just kind of gave out on them. So it's like, if I still got it, why just let it go to waste? You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
So just the drive to keep going until I'm ready to be done.
Well, that puts a lot of pressure on you.
Yeah, I mean, I love doing it just like these guys do, but like, you ever go to a show, and a good show, and you watch this band and you're awestruck. I want to give that feeling to people.
Oh,
sure. And I'm not saying that I'm that caliber and I can, but I want to.
Yeah.
I want to get to that point, and I think these guys are just as good. Like, I mean, when I first saw Brandon playing at Port City Tavern back in 2014, like I was sitting there watching him with his long hair, and he's just, I'm like, oh, that's so cool. That looks like so much fun.
Sure.
And I was just, and then I go see these national bands that are really good, and I feel the same way. Like I want to be up there doing this for other people.
Yeah,
More than anything, I miss my friends, dude. Like,
Sure.
we just went to Dahlia a couple weeks ago, and I saw so many people I haven't seen in so long, and it's like everyone's so busy,
Yeah.
But you can always count on like seeing your friends at a good show.
Yep.
So it's like I just want to see my friends again more regularly, not like once every 6 years. You know?
Right. Community, man. That's fucking. That's what it's all about. Let's see. What about outside of music? What hobbies do you guys got outside of music? Because we talk a lot of shit, a lot of music on this fucking podcast. We talk a lot of shit, but we all got things we do, besides family, job, shit like that. But some motherfuckers only just do music. That's all they do. But what we got some hobbies outside music that we like to do, or
I have quite a few different hobbies that I'll have in like a rotation. Right now, the last couple of years have been pretty heavy on music, but it's usually like lifting, or I was doing a lot of martial arts and stuff like that.
Okay.
And doing a lot of training until I tore my ACL again. So kind of dialed it back. Then I just go back to, lifting weights at the gym, trying to keep my body healthy, music, watch TV, play some games, hang out. Wife and I got back into reading.
okay.
So just...
What you reading? ACOTAR?
No, actually, I just started rereading Dune.
Oh, okay.
It's good. I like it. It's a lot better than the movie. And the movie's good, but I like it a lot better than the movie.
I'm not a big fiction reader, but my wife got me reading these fucking. She wanted me to read her favorite series of books, so I'm reading this fucking Court of Thorns and Roses shit or whatever.
My wife's dabbling down those roads
like
too.
all the ladies like it, and I'm like, she's like, "Will you read this?" I'm like, "Sure, why not?" Fucking. So I read before bed or whatever. It's not terrible. It's written really well. It's just not really my thing, but at the same time, it's like I can enjoy it for what it is.
Right.
So.
Yeah.
What about you, man? Do you do some card shit? Like,
Yeah, I
Sports
dabble.
cards?
No, yeah, I'm a big sports card collector, and I just started recently, like setting up at shows and selling them. You know.
Okay, I thought I seen some pictures of you like at some shows.
Me and my
and
boy
shit.
Jeff. Shout
Hell
out
yeah.
Jeff. Yeah, man, it's there's some money in that shit. People
Absolutely,
are crazy,
dude.
you know, like it's cardboard with dudes on it, but they're
Yeah.
selling it for like hundreds and hundreds of dollars. You know? Like I probably make like $500-600 a show.
Nice, dude.
You buy a table for $40, it's all profit after that.
So, what kind of cards? All sports or?
Mainly sports, but I started to dabble with like the Pokemon and shit.
Okay.
I just don't know anything about that market,
Sure.
you know, so it's
Yeah.
very easy to get got.
Yeah.
But yeah, mainly like the sports, baseball, basketball, football, hockey.
all
Oh, yeah.
sports.
Wrestling,
Oh, okay.
everything, man.
Okay.
I was a collector as a kid. Me and my homies used to like ride around. You remember riding around on bikes, collecting pop cans to turn into deposit and buy some cards, dude.
Yeah.
And it died out, and then COVID hit, and it just soared. And I was like, wow, I got all this shit sitting in my closet. I should start looking. And I had some stuff, and I was like, all right, I'm just gonna start this hobby back up again.
That's dope.
But with the kids and work, like I don't have a lot of free time, so it's something I can enjoy from home. You know what I mean? And then do a show once a month and make that money back.
Sure.
You know, it's nice. But other than that, I would love to get into like softball. I want to get on a softball team. I was a big baseball player in school, but every year I'm like, I'm going to play softball this summer, and I never do. So I got to hit up like Adam Campbell or something and try and get on a softball league this year and slap some balls around.
That's cool.
Dude, my brother does
Really?
a lot of softball. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, that's dope.
Yeah. If you need somebody on a softball team, hit me up.
Yeah,
I haven't swung
get
a
a hold
bat
of
in like
Jesse.
20 years, but the mindset is there. You know what I mean?
You got that mean underhand fucking.
That's right.
No, that's fun, man. With the cards, fucking, I kind of been picking it back up. I'm mostly just a basketball guy.
Okay.
Though. I don't
Yeah,
get
yeah.
in because I don't know any baseball players and I
Okay.
don't know any football players because
Yeah.
I only watch NBA or UFC. That's all I watch.
Right.
So,
Yep.
but I actually got some packs this morning and ripped some this morning.
It's so fun to
Fucking
rip.
Yeah, dude.
then-
Like I love ripping, but then sometimes just like, man.
Then
you
that
get
post-rip
disappointed.
clarity
Yeah.
hits. You know, like, fuck, man, I just
exactly what it is,
wasted $40 on
Or
3
like,
hours in cards.
I got
dude.
this dope ass like Jalen Brown, and then like the corner was already bent on it.
Ding.
I'm like,
Yeah,
what the
you got
fuck?
panini'd, bro. That's what they call
Yeah,
that.
That's bullshit.
Yeah,
man.
for sure. The quality control on those is awful. But
So, what do you do? Rip like hobby boxes, or what do you
shit,
do?
I can't afford that. I'm big. I buy singles on Whatnot.
Okay, I heard about
Yeah,
that.
and
Like,
people
you
are
bid
like,
on 'em?
yeah, and like I'll get into a room with not a whole lot of people, and like being around the market so long, I know what's what and what's worth what. So when I
Sure.
can find a deal on something that's like 50% of what it's worth, I'm taking it and bringing it to a show and selling it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like the other day, I bought a card for $10 and it's worth $250.
Oh,
The dude's like, I don't even know this guy's name. What a stupid name. We'll start this at $1. I'm like,
oh, that's
it's like a
dope,
top
dude.
prospect for the Pirates. So yeah,
Oh, that's
it's-
sick.
So I actually tried to sell it at the Lake Small show last weekend, and dude was like, "You don't want to sell this. It's probably going to be like $400 when he makes the
Something
league."
to hang on to.
I
a
bought it for
little bit.
$10. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So it's just knowing the market, knowing what's
Yeah.
what. Unfortunately, sometimes you get somebody, but if they're going to sell it, somebody's going to get it. So I'm going to take it.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And,
What about Langs though? What the fuck, dude?
Lang World? That's
Dude,
not even
isn't
Lake
that-
Small anymore. It's just Lang World.
Dude, isn't that insane?
Yeah, dude.
Whatever the fuck's going on there, like
Yeah.
whatever the amount of money that guy has, whatever.
I actually used to work next door to his warehouse where he like gets everything in, and that dude has truckloads of shit come in, and you should just see when he opens that door the amount of like shop racks just full of collectibles and comics and It's just crazy, dude.
Yeah, dude. I mean, because I remember Lang's when I was a kid.
Yep.
It was just like a small store. I want to say it was like on Sherman or something. 'Cause
Oh,
I
yeah.
would go to this, and I think they still have it up here. This Pro Stop that's on Grand Haven Road.
Yeah, over by the mall or the movie theater.
Yeah. I would go there because I had the little thing, and you push a button and it like cycle the cards.
Right.
And shit, you know what I'm talking
Yep,
about?
I do.
But I would go in there and get stuff, packs and shit like that. You know. But I remember going to Lang some too and just getting some, that was the junk. They call it the junk wax era where there's just a million of every card.
Yeah,
or
that's the
whatever, so
problem.
none of it fucking worth anything.
I always get people like when they find out I'm in the cards, like, dude, I got some cards, and it's always like, I know what they're gonna say, and I know
Fleer
it's
1990.
yeah, it's just gonna be that shit that we all had
Yep.
that's not worth much because, like you said, there's millions of it.
Yeah, there's-
So I always tell people if you got stuff from like the 70s and before, that's where the money is. Anything 80s to like late 90s is just
Yeah, it's all junk.
You got to have like the goats, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Tom Brady,
Yeah,
Kobe.
absolutely. Yep.
But other than that, it's just washed, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. And then the nice thing now is like you'll get that fucking like they have those numbered ones and the signs, so it's actually worth opening packs.
Yeah, game used material, and it's like I bought a card the other day. It's a game used bat, Mickey Mantle and Joe DiMaggio.
Oh, damn.
Like, that's history. You know what I mean? Like you're not just gonna find that every day.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's kind of where I collect like my personal collection now. I kind of try and collect shit that like you're not seeing every day.
Yeah,
that's just gonna hold its value because those guys are just legends. You know what I mean?
That's dope, man. Yeah, like I said, I kind of got back into it lately too, but it's kind of it can be an expensive.
It's very expensive. That's why you got to get out them shows and make that money back. You know what I mean? You can buy $250 cards for $10 all day long, but if you don't sell it, you're just out that $10.
Exactly.
That shit adds up.
Yeah.
So you really got to keep it circulating.
Yeah, and for me, it's like more of a personal collection thing because I have too many things to do. I can't think about trying to sell sports cards.
Yeah, no, for sure. See, I'm a collector at first.
This fucking episode would never come out if I was trying to fucking
I'm a collector at first, but like you said, it's expensive. So I like to try and get shit that I know I can sell and then turn that around to stuff that I'm going to collect.
Yeah.
So I'm not spending my own money.
Sure.
You know
that makes sense. I'll be watching those videos too online, like the fucking. I love Garbage Pail Kids. Dudes would be like ripping the Garbage Pail Kids and shit. Like I have a whole bunch of like the old ones.
Those are cool.
Fucking, so I'll be watching that or that King of Cards dude that's always negotiating with people and shit. I just like that.
Those are good reels for sure.
What about you, bro? You do anything besides fucking music or?
Brand's good at drinking.
Well, I'm a multitasker, music and drinking.
Guitar sip.
These tunes are brought to you by Anheuser-Busch LLC.
No, it's mostly music for me, man. I play video games now and then and enjoy cooking.
You work your ass off though too.
Yeah, I do work a lot.
Yeah, it's
We're
hard.
at that point in life where we just work ourselves to death. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You got to just stay afloat these days.
Absolutely, dude. I get it. What video games?
Lately I've been playing, it's called Saros. It's next game, forget the developer, but they made Returnal before that, and I really loved that game, so I've been playing this game. Pretty good.
Is it console or PC?
Yeah, it's console.
Oh, okay.
PS5.
You used to play some games too, right?
Oh yeah, I still do, just not as heavily as I was because I got like 4 kids taking up all my time.
Oh, sure, absolutely. Yeah, gaming time. You said you play games too?
Yeah, it's usually at night, but it's all over the board. Like I'll roll around with RPGs, and I come from an athletic house, so we play a lot of sports games.
Okay.
I also grew up around racing, so like we had a lot of racing games involved. I love. My brother just started another playthrough of Skyrim again, and so I might do that myself.
Sure.
But it just kind of whatever's. I played a couple hours of Space Marine 2 the other day, which is the Warhammer 40,000
Is it pretty
game.
sweet?
I love it. Is
it like Gears of War?
It's
It
almost
looks,
identical.
It looks exactly like fucking Gears of War.
Right. I need to play it because I'm just a big Gears fan. So
It's
you'll like it
super
then.
fun.
Is there co-op to it?
Yes.
Because that's the one thing I love about Gears
yeah.
because it's like me and you can chill in the room and play it. Like there's not a lot of games like that. We got to be online fucking doing that shit.
Right.
Right.
The lack of co-op in games right now is so disturbing.
Dude,
like,
it
man, there's so
sucks.
many great opportunities for a good co-op storyline.
Yeah.
They're just like, nah, online.
Yeah, because me and my wife like to play some games. I got her playing the Gears games, or we're playing like the Lego games. But them are all ones we can sit in the room. But there's just not a lot to choose from.
Right.
But go ahead.
Yeah, no, it's Space Marine 2. Now, I never played the first one. My buddy Blake Vinay, he's a super big Warhammer nerd, like has all the armies and paints them and builds them and all that stuff. And like kudos to him. But we started playing it, and it's basically Gears of War dressed as Warhammer 40,000.
Okay.
And then I think it's made by the same people.
Oh, really?
Like
Epic or whatever that is.
or Unreal. I
Unreal,
really
yeah.
don't know. I'm not
Okay,
much a
yeah.
developer person, but
Me neither. I just
they did a great job. It's super fun. It's right up the Warhammer universe, like just unbridled violence, unnecessary like blood and gore.
Brutality and shit.
Yeah,
Fuck
but
yeah.
it's like all fun.
Hell yeah.
Like you can play online against other people, you can play online with other people, you can have just your buddy, or squads of 3 and stuff like that.
Oh, that's
but
dope.
it's fun.
Yeah.
I've spent.
I'll
a lot
check
of time.
that out. I kept seeing it, but like it's pretty pricey. Like I kind of wait till games get to like $20
Yeah.
because that's my involvement in the game. Like I'll play a game maybe 2 hours a week.
Right.
If I'm lucky, I
Yeah.
might go 3 weeks. So I can't play some of these super involved games that you're doing all this magic and building your guy and all that
Right.
because I just lose interest. I just need to be able to like a Spider-Man where I can just mash buttons and
Right.
beat people's ass, and then I don't need to play it for 4
Right.
weeks because I might not be able to because I'm busy doing other shit,
Right.
and then pick it back up and do it again.
Yep.
Because sometimes these games get so involved, you got to put 40 hours in just to remember what the fuck you're doing.
Oh,
you know?
yeah.
It's like I don't have that kind of time. So,
Right.
Yeah.
but I've been trying to be a little more mindful of getting some of that downtime in my life because I just on that fucking. You work all day, you work out, hang out with the family, and then fucking work on the podcast or playing the band. And then, you know, I'm just like, dude, I'm kind of reaching burnout in my life, you know, and that shit is real, you know, and like the grind hustle culture thing, like I believe in it, but at the same time, it's like, you got to just give yourself time to
balance
not
for
do
sure.
shit. Yeah, you got to balance some shit out. So, all right, I got one question two questions for you guys. So, just wrap up what's next. Just so we got a little pin on this bitch.
So we're gonna play the show at the Pyramid Scheme, and then we're gonna book a bunch more shows, and then hopefully by the end of the year we'll have another single. Maybe. I think that's probably gonna be the route we go. Is just pick them apart one at a time, just because of time. Sure, it's so hard to get everyone in the same spot for more than a few hours.
Absolutely.
But I would say we really don't like set everything in stone that far ahead. It's like we can make a plan, but a lot of shit happens in between. So
life happens. Yep.
I would say more than anything, just come back this main show strong and then go from there.
Okay. So listen to the new single out tomorrow.
Hell yeah.
And then go to the show at the Pyramid Scheme. Get tickets now because they're low.
Yep. June 13th.
Saturday.
Yep.
And you guys play first?
I think we're second.
Oh, okay.
I think No Deception's playing first.
Okay.
But I haven't really got the full slot in stone yet from Mike, so we're going to probably hash that out this week.
Okay. The show starts when? 6 p.m.?
I believe that's when doors are at 6, yeah.
Okay, cool. Because 7:30 is my bedtime, so
for sure.
All right, just real quick before we go, are you guys, I want to know what you're listening to right now that you want somebody else to fucking check out.
For those who, I say Death, dude. If you don't listen to Death, you should go listen.
Shit then.
Well, yeah, but like, I mean, dude, have an appreciation. I have a huge appreciation for really, really good writing, especially with guitar and drums. And I think, you know, the drummers that they had in Death were just, you know, light years ahead of their time.
Yeah.
You know, and now, you know, I've been listening to them for a while, but just to sit down and listen and just really listen to what they're doing and how it, you know, ebbs and flows, and I just love it. So that's been what I've been on a huge kick on.
Hey, you'll never hear me dog that band on this show because always a fan over here. That's why I'm sitting here talking about this fucking all you guys' music because of fucking Chuck. So.
Right.
What about you, Jesse? Anything new?
I really like Whitechapel's new album.
Okay.
I wasn't a big fan of the last couple, but this last one like really is good. And then I just seen them live a few months back, and man, they kill it every time I see them live. So I know it's cliche like metal Whitechapel, but man, they sounds so good. Dude.
They show up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Phil's
a lot of
vocals
people
are incredible.
like that one from last year.
Yeah.
Yep. What about you, Brandon? Anything you spinning that you really liking?
Oh man, I'm so picky when it comes to metal. But Jordan actually turned me on to him, a Disembodied Tyrant.
Oh, okay. They're cool.
Yeah. The blackened, what the hell is it, like neoclassical
whatever
blackened
the
death,
fuck.
whatever the fuck it is.
It's like everything to the extreme. It's like turned up to 12, just the production and like the bass drops just distort everything.
Yep.
It's over the fucking top. That's what it is. But it's good, man. It's definitely good.
Fun music.
Oh yeah, cool. All right, dudes. Any last things or anything else you want to say?
Thanks for having us, man.
Yeah, thanks
really
a lot.
Appreciate you for doing this for all the bands. You know, like you said earlier, just trying to build everyone up and keep everyone in the eyes. Man, that's so cool you're doing this. I appreciate it.
Absolutely, man. Especially for you guys, man. We go way the fuck back.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah, for sure.
I love being able to just spend time with the homies or just, just talk about shit, fucking, because sometimes at shows you don't get a chance to do that either because everybody's busy. You're running around trying to scream over shit or whatever. You might get 2 minutes outside to chat, but you just don't get time to kind of talk about music and talk about your band. So I appreciate y'all coming on, fucking making it a decently early one too.
Yeah, no problem.
And so make sure y'all check out Withhold the Blood. Oh, real quick, I'll tell you after the show. Yeah, so make sure you check out Withhold the Blood. New single out tomorrow. Fucking much love to you guys. Keep it metal. Peace.
Peace.
Thank you so much for checking out the episode. If you're watching on YouTube, please consider hitting the subscribe button. It really helps our channel grow. If you want to be notified when a new episode comes out every Tuesday or a bonus episode, hit that bell so you can be alerted of that. Also, if you're just listening to the show, please consider taking a couple seconds to give us a 5-star review over on your favorite platform. We really appreciate that, and it does go a long way. Share this show with a friend if you discovered a new band or like what we do here. And if you want bonus content and early episodes, you can go over and support us on Patreon to keep this show going and help build this show bigger than what it is. And I really appreciate that. A lot goes into this show, so that helps us out a ton. And if you want to join the community, there's a Discord link below. It's free to join. You can pop on in. We can keep the conversation going over there. Also, shout out to Josh Hibbs and our sponsor, Dave Stark at Stark Realty, for making this show possible. And much love. Keep it metal. Thank you.